Well, it's a brisk morning. Fall is finally setting in. We're getting the more seasonal weather. Got a busy day today. I've got to do a bunch of stuff for my cousin. We're preparing a building site for his new house and breaking up concrete into softball-sized rocks so we can shore the riverbank. And I've got a doctor's appointment, and my cousin was going to pick up the Ukrainian girls, bring them down to the farm today since they have the day off. So, and then we got to repair a hydraulic cylinder on our excavator. So that's pretty much what today's looking like. You know, it's kind of amazing how I just randomly met these Ukrainians. They somehow stumbled onto my property. The mom was looking for some work. A cousin and I got busy and trying to help them out the best we can. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. So I think I'm going to get rocking and a rolling here. Break up some slabs of concrete. Oh yeah, and then we planted a couple trees the other day. We planted this nice swamp oak here on the river. It's got a nice shape to it. We staked up those little trees there. It's pretty. Not a huge fan of the cold, but this fall weather's great. It's cool enough, but not freezing too bad yet. I just can never get it over how pretty the colors are here in the forest. About these Ukrainians, like it's strange how people can randomly cross paths. By this woman meeting me, I was able to introduce her to my cousin, who owns many hotels and has been a contractor and a property developer throughout his life. So he told the girls if they get good grades that there's going to be scholarship money for them to go to college. And they're doing really well. We had dinner with them last Thursday night, and they're keeping their grades up. And today, well, I've got to go to a doctor's appointment, but my cousin was going to meet with her and go over how much money she's already earned. So yeah, you know, as much as people want to rely on government and piss and moan and bitch and kick over whose sides are right, I can almost assure one thing. Never rely on government. It sucks. It's not your friend. Of course, I've got my people I like, and I'm sure you do too. But quit relying on government to help. People have more power. Just people helping people. That's what I tell my daughter all the time. Sometimes you might not think you have the means to help somebody else, but you know, sometimes just by being a friend and introducing them to other people, it can lead to great opportunities, and they don't forget it. So just remember that you've got the power to help somebody out. It might just be that opening a door for somebody walking into the store. It could be giving somebody $5. It could be helping them with employment and helping pay for their college. Just everybody's got a way to help in some way or another. For the longest time, I was kind of down on my luck, and I didn't think I had anything to give. About the time I was praying for something to give and some opportunities to arise, this Ukrainian woman just got lost and randomly showed up on my property, kind of out of the way when she was out applying for work. Now there's a real possibility that my cousin and I may end up going to the Ukraine in a year. So we'll see. Anyway, I better get back on the backhoe and let's smash some concrete today. Let's do this. Let's start this son of a gun up and... crank it up to about 1650 RPM. Okay, it's time to rock and roll, shake and shimmy. I'll never forget that shimmy and shake. That's what that guy up on the mountain in Creede, Colorado I videotaped, had interviewed. Kind of randomly. What a good guy. He was a real free spirit, that's for sure. So, what am I doing, you may ask? Ben, what are you doing? You seem to just play and have fun. Well, that is true. I'm to an age where I don't really want to take things too serious. You know, my daughter's raised. She's doing well. My stepdaughter's raised. She's doing well. Really don't have too much to get uptight about anymore. Now, as I'm sitting here breaking concrete, seems pretty mindless and everything, and it is. It's a good way to clear your thoughts. Anyway, we've really bounced around quite a bit, you know. I try to be of some value to my cousin. He's, oh, I don't know, 28 years older than me, I suppose. But he's a busy guy, has a lot going on. I just, you know, he's done a lot for me over the years, helped me out a lot on things. And I just try to be of some value to him, help him out so he can relax a little bit now that he's getting older. The guy works hard all the time. I found that's where I kind of feel like I'm happiest in life, is just trying to be a service and offer value to others, add value to their lives, or help them out any way I can, I guess. Whether it's the Ukrainians, or my cousin, or my girlfriend, or my daughter, or whatever, you just and serve. And I've had jobs sitting in a desk office. I was a financial advisor for a while. Spent most of my years in construction, but then taught myself how to trade, and I got into cryptos and stuff, brought it to a friend of mine who owned a brokerage, and he hired me on the spot after he saw how I was trading. So I did that for a while. I just kind of got tired of that game. I didn't like, for one, I didn't like sitting. I felt like shit after a while, being so sedentary, whether it be in my car traveling around the Midwest, meeting with clients, or sitting in an office making phone calls. But After a while, I just felt like that wasn't the career I wanted. I like trading stocks, I like investing and stuff, but I don't want to play with other people's money. It's not something I want to do. I saw one call where a guy was sold a product by a advisor years ago, and my brokerage was servicing that product since the old broker's no longer in business. And I watched an old man lose a lot of money because he was sold something he didn't understand. And that was kind of my first little inclination that I don't want to mess with other people's money. I don't even like really giving advice too much. Because, you know, to each his own. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you may not be something that's going to work out for me very well. So those are little things I tell my daughter all the time. Save your money. Do what's right for you. And make sure you're not living paycheck to paycheck. She's done really good with my advice, and I'll tell you what, that's, as far as clients go, that's the clients that mean the most to me are my own immediate family, the youngsters. And I'll do that for those Ukrainian girls too when they're ready to start saving. They really want to become American, and they're trying so hard to fit in and assimilate. They're going to be just fine. So hopefully there's some rebar in this concrete, I think. Sure feels like it. Maybe this has wire in it, I think. Something. You know, sometimes I think, as I've been in construction, you know, I've worked construction for many years, from everything from home building to concrete to becoming a pipe fitter welder after serving a 5-year apprenticeship, working 10 years for a mechanical contractor, then starting my own mechanical contracting company. That went really good for the first 3 years until a factory back in 2010 was having some financial problems and basically had all my money in their factory and decided they wanted to delay payments on me for a year, which that really hurt, you know, putting in all your money, your savings, everything you've ever worked for into a company, all to have some crappy factory promise they'll pay, and then in the end pretty much destroy your company. I had to lay off all my employees, wait a year to get paid, or fight them for a year to finally get my money out of them. So I kind of got gun shy. Just have been on, ever since I laid off my employees, I've kind of just done my own thing ever since. And led to many years just being a subcontractor, not really doing what my company was designed to do, but paid the bills, you know, and my kids were growing up. It still barely got me by, but daughter's growing up. She's happy. She's a hard worker. She's smart. She saves her money. She's got a good boyfriend. Yeah, I couldn't be happier. So what more? Anything at this point in life is a bonus. It's the way I look at it. No matter what happens now, as long as it's not bad, it's good. And it's a bonus in life. You know, I have such a hard time talking to this camera because I don't even know who's watching me. I have like, 12 subs? But I think I just do this more for maybe a passion, more for a personal journal. So maybe someday if I'm lucky enough to be blessed with grandkids, they can see what their grandpa was like if I'm not around by then. I'm sure I will be, but you never know. I never met my grandpa, and my daughter didn't get to meet hers, so I figure it's worth the recording a little bit. Just never know. Life's short. But these videos could live on forever, I suppose. I mean, obviously I'm no pro at making videos. I actually suck at it. But it's fun, and I would just say if you ever wanted to do it, just do it. I would, when my girls were little, I had a little vlog with them for a while, and well, my ex-wife, I shouldn't say that, my daughter's mom didn't really necessarily like it, was concerned about privacy, but I had a channel really growing back when the kids were little. But due to privacy things, we just stopped. And there, I've always wondered about it ever since, and how that would have gone, and where it'd be today. Well, now the kids are growing up, and I've wondered and wondered and wondered. Kind of always wanted to do it. Now I don't really have anything fun to film or record, but I'm doing it anyway, along with many other things. Just try to keep myself busy in many different ways. Sometimes it's a lot of extra work to try to make a video when I'm actually out here working. I don't have a camera guy yet. Thought about hiring somebody to do that for me while I'm working. It'd make things a lot easier, so I don't have to sit there and worry about the camera and getting it dirty. And another thing too, it's almost impossible to make a daily video if you are working, 9-10 hours a day, because I am not that efficient at editing. It takes me hours, and it takes me hours to upload a video as well. That's a slow process. So I try to get what I can in when I can. I think I need to get a little better at learning how to film, and maybe just be able to turn the camera on just when I want it on, so I don't have such long clips to watch back and stuff, during the editing. But oh well. Yeah, it's a nice day. We're gonna try to get some video. That's another thing too. I'm not really good at telling a story. I kind of suck at it because I've worked alone for so long. I'm kind of used to being quiet. Years ago, it would have been a different story. Okay, so yeah, we've been talking about just everybody's capable of giving a helping hand or reaching out to somebody and helping them in some way, even if it's, like I said earlier, even if it's just holding the door for somebody going into the grocery store. I guess that's my main takeaway from my message here, is just help.